planted a number of cities like Beit Lechem, Bethlehem, Beit Ani, Bethany, Beit Sharim, Beit Shemesh, and Beit Shan, which means the house of tranquility. And it is in a really beautiful, tranquil setting here. The first remains we have in Beit Shan go back to the 15th century BC, up on the very, very top, which on this model is that peak there with an Egyptian temple, the remains of an Egyptian temple. This was the period that the Egyptians were the superpower of the world, and there was a man called Pharaoh Thutmose II in the year 1482 who came sweeping through his conquests of Canaan. They took over this land from the Canaanites, but they only had little outposts everywhere. They were like the big brother keeping their eye on the Canaanites. And so we have remains. I'm going to suggest for those of you who are a little energetic, if you want a really nice view, walk up there. You go to the end of the street, you go a little bit to the right, and then you can see those stairs through those trees where you walk up. It's a fantastic view. After the Egyptians, the period here came the Israelites. In the 11th century, Israel had their first king. Who was that?
Saul.
King Saul, correct. Not that God wanted to give Israel a king, but they wanted to be like the other nations. So God said, okay, that's what you want, that's what you'll get. And so Saul became the first king, and he ruled, and you know, it was the period of fighting among the Philistines, and it was finally in the Gilboa Mountains on this side that the Philistines finally killed Saul and his sons and cut off their heads and placed them on the gates of Beit Shan. This is finally where Saul and his sons died. David mourned by saying, "Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Tell it not in Gath, tell it not in Ashkelon, tell it not in Gaza. Oh, Jonathan, Jonathan, the love that I had for you surpasses the love that a man has for a woman." So he cursed those mountains. After David came his son Solomon. Solomon was a different kind of king, more of an administrative king than his father, who was more of a military king, and he split up his kingdom into 12 districts. Beit Shan was one of them. After the Israelite period came the Greek period, where we have a change in name. It was called Scythopolis. There was a famous Greek historian called Cyril of Scythopolis, and as a wake-up call, let's say that 10 times fast. Cyril of Scythopolis.
We can't even say it one time fast.
After the Greeks, of course, came the Romans, and everything you see here, apart from up on the top, is from the Roman period. This is a classic Roman city, just like we saw in Caesarea. And you know, when you think of the story of the prodigal son, I want you to think of him running away to a city like this. It had a theater, temple prostitutes, alcohol, bathhouses over here, well worth checking out. And then they had what's called a central street called a cardo. Did I mention that before? No. Where do we get the word cardo from?
Cardio.
What does that have to do with the street?
That's a central street.
Because the word cardo literally means central. And so that's the central street, and the Romans call it a cardo. So that's the street down there. Some of the pillars have fallen over because of an earthquake in the 8th century, but pretty much everything you see down here is Roman, and there's a lot of signs giving explanations. So, you know, feel free to have a look around at your own leisure. What we're going to do, I can see there's another group that wants to stand around. Let's check our time. It's 8:42. If we can be back by 9:30, 35, that means if we can be ready to get on the bus, meaning if you're going to need a bathroom break before, because we've got about an hour and a quarter drive, there are bathrooms here. If you want to fill up your water bottles. Okay, so just under an hour, we can be back here. Okay.